Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today we have got the following list of topics. So let's discuss. The first one saying about the Gyanvapi case. तो यहाँ पे क्या है? Hindu women's suit in Gyanvapi case maintainable says court. मतलब यहाँ पे जो वाराणसी डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट है, उन्होंने क्या किया? उन्होंने 5 women ने क्या क्या कि यहाँ पे वो लोग को वो जो शिवलिंग है, ओके, उसके चारों तरफ एक दीवार से बना हुआ है, ओके, तो उस शिवलिंग को यहाँ पे पूजा करने के लिए दिस 5 women हैज डायरेक्टली फाइल्ड अ पिटीशन कि हम लोग को यहाँ पे बाहर से ही पूजा करने के लिए एक मौका देना चाहिए। जो शिवलिंग उस ज्ञानरूपी मॉक्स के अंदर है, ये डायरेक्टली उस काशीनाथ टेम्पल का एक शिवलिंग पाया गया है वहां पे, ठीक है। दैट्स थिंग्स व्हिच इज डायरेक्टली गोइंग इनटू कंटेस्ट, ओके, एक मॉक्स के अंदर। तो यहाँ पे उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे बोला गया है कि दिस 5 women who have put forward a petition, so this petition was directly accepted, okay। तो इसीलिए यू कैन सी दिस women who have directly filed a petition, यहाँ पे 5 लोग हैं, तो वो लोग सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे पिटीशन अभी तक जजमेंट कुछ नहीं हुआ है, अलाउड भी नहीं किया उन लोग को प्रे करने के लिए, लेकिन यहाँ पे इनका जो पिटीशन है वो एक्सेप्ट किया गया, ठीक है। सो टुडे इफ यू सी अबाउट दिस ज्ञानवापी मॉक्स, okay, we know that by the time of May 12, 2022, okay, the Varanasi court in a landmark judgment on the Gyanvapi mocks refused to remove Advocate Commissioner Ajay Kumar Mishra, who was appointed for the survey of the mosque, and ordered a survey of the basement of the Gyanvapi mocks before May 17. Okay, तो यहाँ पे जो की पॉइंट्स है कि यहाँ पे क्या चीज है, क्यों ये वाला न्यूज, क्यों ये वाला कंटेस्ट शुरू हो गया बिटवीन हिंदूज एंड मुस्लिम्स। तो सी this very mosque, that is the Gyanvapi mosque, according to popular belief में बोल रहा हूँ, it was built in 1669 by the Mughal ruler Aurangzeb, okay। 1669 में किसने बिल्ड किया था? औरंगजेब ने, by demolishing an ancient Vishweshwar temple, and it is worth mentioning that in Saqib Khan's book Yasir Alamgiri, okay, ये बुक याद रखना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि डिस्टिंग्विशेस डायरेक्टली न्यूज। साकिब खान के एक बुक है which is known as Yasir, YASIR, Yasir Alamgiri, ALMAGIRI, Alamgiri. It also mentioned that Aurangzeb had demolished the temple in 1669 by ordering Governor Abu Hassan, okay, so उस टाइम के गवर्नर है of Varanasi. And the case of Gyanvapi mosque has been in court since 1991, when 3 persons including, इन तीनों का नाम भी थोड़ा बहुत याद रखना, कभी कभी पूछ दिया जाता है, पंडित सोमनाथ व्यास, that is a descendant of the priest of the Kashi Vishwanath temple, okay, then we could see who filed a suit in the court of the civil judge of the Varanasi claiming that Aurangzeb had demolished the temple of Lord Vishweshwar and built a mosque on it so that the land should be returned to them as of now, okay। So we could see amongst this tree, okay, where we can see the 3 persons directly going on for such number of cases, which includes Pandit Somnath Vyas, who are the descendant of the priest of the Kashi Vishwanath temple. They filed a case that this land should be directly returned to them because Aurangzeb has illegally constructed or demolished the temple for the construction of the mosque. By this period of time, around August, okay, this August, we can see that the same court in Varanasi, 5 women has directly filed a petition demanding to worship the temple of the mother makeup Gauri, okay, and accepting which the court constituted a commission to know the present status of the Gauri temple. And in this context, the court has even asked at that point of time that the court to give the survey report by videographing the idol of Gauri and Gyamapi complex, which has created an uproar as questions were very much raised on the impartiality of the court commissioner appointed by the Muslim side for the survey. Okay, we can see about Vijay Shankar Rastogi, who appeared for the Hindu side. So he submitted a map of the entire Gyanvapi mosques as evidence in the court, which mentions the temple of the human deities. Okay, and this temple deities we could see, as well as we can see about the Vishweshwara temple, Gyankup temple, big Nandi at the basement of the Vyas family. And because of such number of invasions, we can see there has been a controversy over the survey and videography of this basement. And at the same time, the Muslim side says that no decision can be given on the dispute under the Religious Places Act of 1991. क्योंकि रिलीजियस प्लेसेस ऑफ एक्ट में 1991 में क्या बोला गया था कि कुछ भी अगर एक इश्यू है विच सेज अबाउट द रिलीजियस प्लेसेस, तो वो चीज और वो डिस्प्यूट्स डायरेक्टली तुम कोर्ट पे नहीं ला सकते। बट देयर आर सम एक्सेप्शंस। अभी जैसे अयोध्या वाला इश्यू में ही एक्सेप्शन है वो, ठीक है। सो अंडर सेक्शन 3 ऑफ दिस एक्ट ऑफ 1991, that is the pleasure of worship act, it is very much prohibited to convert a place of worship, even its clause, into a place of worship of a different religious denomination or a different class of the same religious denominations. Okay. And even section 4 of this act also states that all litigations, appeals, or other proceedings relating to changing the nature of the place of worship shall cease after the enactment of this act. मैंने क्या बोला कि no fresh action can be taken on such cases. जो एक बार बन चुका है, उसको तोड़ने वोड़ने का काम हम लोग इस एक्ट के बाद नहीं करेंगे। और ये एक्ट आया भी क्यों था 1991 में, कब? जब हम लोग का अयोध्या वाला डिस्प्यूट चल रहा था, स्टार्ट हुआ था। ओके, सो therefore we could see that this जो disputed site of Ayodhya, which has been said at the Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid, okay, this was exempted from the act. Okay, बाकी में you can directly in this respective case you can directly go for re-elections. तो अभी मुस्लिम साइड ने बोला है कि इसमें द प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट में बैन कर दिया गया, तो अब आप लोग क्यों शुरू कर? But still we can see that अभी जैसे acceptance हो गया, we can see that special provisions are directly going on. Okay, and the special provisions, okay, and the special clauses is directly making such number of things which is directly accepting the variance of the cases associated with what? The cases associated with this respective case, that is the Gyangapi case. Okay, and this Gyangapi case has got a respective element where you can see that it is even exempted from the category of the अयोध्या वर्डिक्ट। ओके, सो यू कैन सी दैट अयोध्या वर्डिक्ट के साथ हम लोग का ये जो जितना भी कैटेगरीज है, ये दोनों सेम, ये दोनों चीज सेम हो गए हैं, ठीक है। सो देयरफॉर दिस इज द थिंग्स दैट हैज बीन हाइलाइटेड विद द केस ऑफ Gyangapi. ओके, नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं, इंडियाज ऑब्जेक्शन टू पाकिस्तान F-16 रैफेल। तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, इंडिया हैज रेज्ड स्ट्रांग ऑब्जेक्शंस टू द यूएस प्लेन फॉर military sales to Pakistan at an estimated of $450 billion for hardware, software, and space for the F-16 fighter jet program. तो यहाँ पे देखो, we know that this F-16 jets, okay, if I today say about the F-16 jets, we know that United States is among the countries whose economical growth now rests only on the sale of arms and ammunitions. Okay, USA instigates two neighboring countries and then sell arms to both of them. And the fact can be observed in the case of India as well as Pakistan. And following this policy, the USA has given this fourth generation F-16 advanced fighter aircraft to Pakistan. Okay, but we can see that today, to match the requirements of F-16, today India has also received the first batch of 5 Rafale aircraft from France. And now many people in the world, including India and Pakistan, want to know which pair of aircraft is directly better, that is Rafale as well as F-16. अगर मैं F-16 के बारे में बोलूं, तो F-16 is what? It is the world's most successful war-proven fourth generation multi-role fighter jet, which was produced and started to produce in USA by the time of 1973. And there are more than 4600 units of this single engine aircraft that has been built, and currently 3000 units are still in service. Okay, 4600 बनाए थे उस टाइम से, आज के वक्त में 3000 still in service है. So that's the thing associated. So today it has been being used in 25 countries, and its speed is 2400 km/h, and the service duration is around 12,000 hours. But if I say it with Rafale, Rafale is also a multi-layer fighter aircraft with 2 engines, and it is F-16 क्या है, 4th generation, ये तो 4.5 generation का है, सारे 4 generation. Okay, which is directly built by the Dassault Aviation, क्योंकि F-16 कौन बनाता है? Lockheed Martin. So Rafale can be used for anti-nuclear strikes also, anti-ship strikes also, and in depth operations where the speed is around 2 km/h. Okay, with in high altitudes, so it can carry a huge amount of load also, 9.5 ton. So though we could see that the respective F-16 as well as Rafale has got difference of even carrying the missiles also. अभी जैसे मान लो this F-16s, they directly go for this AMRAAM missiles. Okay, AMRAAM missiles, which is the advanced medium range air to air missile, AMRAAM missile. Okay, and we can see about the Rafale today go with the Storm missiles. Okay, we can see about the Scalp missiles. तो ये सब होता है. Okay, also we could see about the Hammer missiles. तो Scalp missiles क्या है? Scalp missiles भी long range air launch cruise missiles है. Okay, even you can say about the Hammer missile. Okay, Hammer missile क्या है? So we could see that Hammer missile is the highly agile modular munition extended range that is going with a new generation module air to surface missile. तो ये कौन कर सकता है? राफेल. तो ये तीन जो मिसाइल्स है इसको याद रखना. पहला वो एक है अमरम मिसाइल, दूसरा हम लोग का है स्कैल्प मिसाइल, और तीसरा है हम लोग का हैमर मिसाइल, जो अभी हम लोग यूज नहीं किए हैं बिकॉज इट विल बी लोडेड सून इन द राफेल. तो हम लोग अभी राफेल में स्कैल्प यूज कर रहे हैं और F-16 में ये लोग यूज कर रहे हैं क्या? अमरम मिसाइल. ओके, सो everywhere we could see that this missile is directly very much in necessity. यहाँ पे आज यूएसए ने डायरेक्टली इसको इंप्रूव करने के लिए पाकिस्तान को क्यों दिया? Because today see that their very economy is directly run on some number of defense procurements. Today if they are not giving, आज पाकिस्तान क्या कर रहा है? Today Pakistan is directly supplying arms to Ukraine in the Ukraine-Russia war. और रशिया इस चीज का बदला पाकिस्तान से एक ना एक दिन जरूर लेगा कि व्हाई ड्यूरिंग द टाइम पीरियड यू आर सपोर्टिंग यूक्रेन. क्योंकि पाकिस्तानी जो मिसाइल्स है, पाकिस्तानी जो आर्म्स है, आज कहां पे मिल रहा है? थ्रू द वेरी रूट ऑफ पाकिस्तान. This people or USA or some of the other countries, Turkey-like countries, are directly supplying arms to Ukraine to sustain their fight for a longer period of time, and that's the way through Pakistan. तो रशिया याद रखेगा कि किसने हम लोग का साथ दिया था, किसने हम लोग का साथ नहीं दिया था. So यहाँ पे आज मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूं कि रशिया से इंडिया ऑयल परचेज कर रहा है इसीलिए यूएसए डायरेक्टली ये सब काम कर रहे हैं. तो दिस इज नॉट अ वे. एक्चुअली द थिंग इज दैट अभी फिलहाल के लिए ओके पाकिस्तान चाहिए, पाकिस्तान को चाहिए, किसको चाहिए? यूएसए को चाहिए, सो दैट दे कुड डायरेक्टली रीरूट देयर वेपनरीज थ्रू पाकिस्तान. ओके, लेकिन इसका नेगेटिव इंपैक्ट जो इंडिया में डाल रहे हैं वो लोग नहीं सोचे. बिकॉज टुडे इवन यू कैन सी दैट ड्यूरिंग द डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प पीरियड उन्होंने बोल ही दिया था कि दिस इज नॉट द यूज, यहाँ पे यूज नहीं करना चाहिए. वी शुड नॉट डायरेक्टली गिव सम ऑफ द फाइटर जेट्स और सम ऑफ द वेरी एडवांस जेट्स टू पाकिस्तान, क्योंकि ये लोग तो टेररिस्ट के ऊपर तो यूज नहीं करेंगे, अलकायदा के ऊपर तो यूज नहीं करेंगे, किसके ऊपर करेंगे? इंडिया के ऊपर ही करेंगे. सो इंडियाज ग्रोइंग कंसर्न इन दिस रेस्पेक्टिव पार्ट इज डायरेक्टली बिकॉज ऑफ सच. बिकॉज ये जो F-16 है, ये F-16 पाकिस्तान किसके ऊपर यूज नहीं करेगा? ऑब्वियसली इट विल नॉट यूज अगेंस्ट द टेररिस्ट, ओके, द अलकायदा, द तालिबानीज, दैट इज ऑफ तहरीक तालिबान पाकिस्तान. उन लोग के सामने यूज नहीं करेंगे. किसके साथ करेंगे? इंडिया के साथ करेंगे. तो देयरफॉर इट्स अ गोइंग थ्रेट फॉर अ कंट्री लाइक इंडिया. ओके, तो इसलिए इंडिया यहाँ पे कंसर्न है अबाउट दिस यूएस पॉलिसी ऑफ डायरेक्टली रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग द F-16s with some of the advanced versions and giving a amount of $450 million for its advancements. तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे हम लोग ने ऑब्जेक्शंस रेज किया. ठीक है, तो दैट्स द इशू. नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं, SC रिजेक्शन लिंकिंग पोर्नोग्राफी टू सेक्स क्राइम. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ पे देयर वी कैन सी दैट ए रीसेंट इशू था. Okay, there was a recent issue. Actually, this issue was basically from Assam. We can see that a recent case directly happened in Assam, which was investigated by Assam police in the Nagaon district, wherein a link was established between the 4 accused who were porn addicts, okay, and gruesome murder of a 6-year-old girl child. तो ये नौगांव डिस्ट्रिक्ट पे हम लोग का एक एरिया है सामुगुरी बोल के, उस एरिया में हुआ था. ठीक है. So they like the what they directly showed the girl, okay, that is a 6-year-old girl child, some of the porns, okay, and after this he stated that the accused person even made the 6-year-old watch pornography, and when she resisted they murdered her. That is the even the child, even the accused, okay, they were all not so much of, they are all categorized under the juvenile, okay, they are not even 18 plus, okay, तो वो लोग भी छोटे बच्चे ही थे. So as a consequence of this, even the Assam police has issued guidelines to be followed by even the investigating officers for collecting digital evidences while investigating offenses related to rape, molestation, and other sexual offenses. Okay, so यहाँ पे still we could see that the court directly said that India has got the largest users of the internet. and it is not the subject matter, but what it is likely to lead to, that we could see that today in our country, if I go for various number of today, if I give a big picture on the pornography, today this child pornography, okay, is defined as a visual depiction of the sexually explicit conductive involving a child, which includes a photograph, video, digital, or in any form. And therefore, we can see that today, India does not have got a strict regulation towards watching pornography, because there is no law banning watching pornography in personal space. हाँ, public में तुम देख नहीं सकते, लेकिन personal space में you can watch. After the Supreme Court's order, the Department of Telecommunication even banned several websites containing child pornographic material. And as per the IT Act of 2000, it is punishable to show children any pornographic content. Because इसका इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज्यादा होता है इन द चिल्ड्रन एज वेल सोसाइटी. क्या क्या होता है? साइकोलॉजिकल इम्पैक्ट होता है, इम्पैक्ट ऑन सेक्सुअलिटी होता है, because when seen regularly it gives a sense of sexual gratification and sexual obsession, which leads to willingness to do the same things in real life. Okay, supposedly today we are directly seeing more cases of sodomy. So this sodomy is directly rising just because of such number of explicit content that has been seen during the time when anyone is watching pornographies. Also, it directly goes for sexual addiction, because according to some experts, pornography is like an addiction. It produces a similar effect on the brain as produced by consumption of drug or alcohol on a regular basis. Also, this pornography changes the behavioral impact, because adolescent photography is used in associated with stronger beliefs in gender stereotypes, particularly for males. And male adolescents who viewed pornography frequently are more likely to view women as sex objects. And pornography may strengthen attitudes supportive of sexual violence and violence against women. Okay, so today it's not something that only the pornography is influencing the male members. Obviously, it is going with the female members too, but the majority is directly with the males. Okay, even we can see that if there is an evidence to exposure of pornography can also increase the likelihood of an earlier first-time sexual experience. And also, these pornographies are associated with unsafe sexual health practices, okay, such as not using the safety mechanisms such as condoms, and unsafe anal and vaginal sex. So both male and female consumers of pornography has increased level of self-objectification and body surveillance. So therefore, we could see that यहाँ पे हम लोग का issues बहुत है, लेकिन with this respective petition, directly linking pornography to sex crime has been rejected by the Supreme Court. तो आज हम लोग pornography को भी separately देखते हैं, sex crime को भी separately देखते हैं. इन दोनों के बीच में जो रिलेशन है, इसको null and void कर दिया गया किसने? Supreme Court. Because we can see that over here this cannot be given ahead, because अगर pornography से sexual crimes का link एक बना दिया जाता, then we could have easily tethered the demand of increasing the number of sex crimes. लेकिन ये आज रिजेक्ट हो चुका है, इसीलिए हम लोग आज भी पोर्नोग्राफी और सेक्स क्राइम को सेपरेटली डील करते हैं अंडर द सेक्शंस ऑफ लॉ. ओके, तो ये था. चलो, इंडिया टू इग्नोर यूएस सैंक्शंस. तो यहाँ पे क्या है? दिस इज डायरेक्टली गोइंग विद द थिंग्स कि यहाँ पे आज ईरान भी बोलने लगा है कि फॉलो रशिया मॉडल एंड रेज्यूम ऑयल परचेसेस विद अस. तो तुम आज रशिया के साथ जो डील कर रहे हो, ओके, supposedly we are not following the US sanctions today and we are openly buying oil from Russia. So in that case ईरान भी आ गया यहाँ पे कि बोलने लगा कि आप हम लोग से भी कीजिए. तो बोला है कि आप लोग रूपी और रूबल का ट्रेड कर रहे हो, रूबल इज द करेंसी ऑफ रशिया, तो आप लोग यहाँ पे रूपी और रियाल का ट्रेड कीजिए, which is directly the currency of whom? ईरान. तो हम लोग इस लोकल करेंसी में भी हम लोग एक्सेप्ट करते हैं. ओके, so you can see that India is directly not going for the sanctions directly put forwarded by US, okay, in association with Russia. लेकिन हम लोग मान रहे हैं about the Iran क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक strong sanctions लगा गया है, not only the US, all the other countries, okay, even the P5+1 countries, okay, even all the countries directly coming under G7, so सब ने यहाँ पे लगाया है एक sanctions against Iran because of their respective nuclear deal. तो आज मैं अगर स्टेटस ऑफ द ऑयल इंडस्ट्री का देखूं तो यूएस इज द वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर एंड नेक्स्ट एक्सपोर्टर ऑफ क्रूड ऑयल. In 2021 around, Russian crude oil accounted for around 10% of the US oil imports, but about 30% of the oil imports of Europe. And Russian crude oil is easily refinable without requirement of sophisticated distillery changes required in case of the Venezuelan oil, even in the case of USA. तो Russian crude oil easily refinable, हम लोग को मेहनत कम लगता है. And this crude oil is very much easily extractable, thereby reducing the operational content of the whole process, thereby translating to a cheaper price tag. So today we can directly say that Russia is the second largest producer of the oil and second largest exporter of oil. Okay, so therefore we see that as long as Russia's crude oil supplies are directly continuing, तो यहाँ पे दूसरे लोग जो oil producing areas है, okay, which are part of this OPEC also. So we can see that these people or these countries are directly encouraging India to even buy some of the crude oils from them. क्योंकि India is directly a huge market of this oil industry. आज भी हम लोग crude oil बहुत ज्यादा जगह use करते हैं. Okay, so also we know about India's experience towards the increasing price rise of the oil. तो यहाँ पे अगर हम लोग ईरान के साथ ट्रेड करने लगे, ऑयल करने लगे, ऑयल के ड्रिल करने लगे, then obviously in some period of time we can directly think of reducing the petrol as well as the diesel prices, क्योंकि यहाँ पे per barrel जो increase है वो कम हो जाएगा, and thereby we can even say that the taxes on the oil can also get reduced in the coming times if we go for a good number of trade with countries like Iran. तो यहाँ पे ईरान ने हम लोग को रिक्वेस्ट किया कि आप लोग फॉलो रशिया मॉडल फॉलो कीजिए, आप लोग रशिया के साथ आप लोग जैसे डील कर रहे हैं वैसे आप लोग हम लोग के साथ कीजिए, एंड इंडिया शुड इग्नोर यूएस सैंक्शंस, ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, बिकॉज अभी राइवलरी चल रहा है दोनों के बीच में, तो अभी बोल रहे हैं कि हम लोग को कि आप लोग, लेकिन इंडिया हैव टू डायरेक्टली थिंक अबाउट कि इंडिया को करना है नहीं करना है, बिकॉज ऑल्सो यू हैव टू डायरेक्टली सी अबाउट द इंटरेस्ट. हम लोग का ईरान से कितना इंटरेस्ट है, हम लोग का यूएसए के कितना इंटरेस्ट है, हम लोग का रशिया से कितना इंटरेस्ट है. वी हैव टू एनालाइज द इंटरेस्ट, because every global relation, every foreign policy is directly based upon what? Permanent interest rather than permanent friendships. ठीक है, तो ये हम लोग को यहाँ पे देखना पड़ेगा. नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं कुशियारा रिवर ट्रीटी. तो यहाँ पे ये बेसिकली बोला गया है अबाउट द इंडियन पीएम एज वेल एज द बांग्लादेशी पीएम डायरेक्टली कमिंग ओवर टू इंडिया. बांग्लादेशी पीएम अभी आए थे, शेख हसीना जी. ओके, तो वहां पे आके बहुत सारे डील्स यहाँ पे साइन करके गए. ठीक है, so we can see about a Kushiara River Treaty, which is very much of important because today we see that during this visit there are 7 MOUs that were signed on issues relating to water sharing, railways, space, science and judiciary. ठीक है, याद रखो. ओके, 7 MOUs साइन किया गया. कौन सा इश्यूज में? वाटर शेयरिंग एक है, रेलवेज एक है, स्पेस एक है, साइंस एक है एंड जुडिशियरी. तो इस we have signed some of these 7 MOUs. So today we see about that the bilateral relations between India as well as Bangladesh is basically on trade, on connectivity, okay, on the areas of border management. तो इन सब में हम लोग का है. Okay, but we have got various number of pending issues associated with this country of Bangladesh. Okay, regional geopolitics is a major issue. Okay, because Bangladesh had successfully approached China for a mega project to enhance the Teesta River water flow. And Bangladesh also requires China's support in resolving the Rohingya refugee crisis. Also, Bangladesh is second biggest arms market for China after Pakistan. And although memories of 1971 remain, Bangladesh has expressed its interest in establishing peaceful relations with Pakistan. Today, even with country like India, we have got a border management issue. क्योंकि अभी यहाँ पे NRC है, अभी यहाँ पे CAA, okay, which was created and uproar with and beyond the borders. Also, the water sharing. ये तो कुशियारा रिवर, तो ये तो छोटा सा एक एग्रीमेंट है, लेकिन असली में हम लोग का जो है दैट इज द टीस्टा वाटर रिवर डिस्प्यूट, बिकॉज टीस्टा इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट टू सस्टेन इट्स impoverished farming district which comprise around 12.77% of its population. And for Bangladesh, this Teesta floodplains cover about 40% of the total crop area of the country and provide a direct livelihood opportunities to approximately 7.3% of the population. इसीलिए तीस्ता रिवर भी हम लोग का बहुत 2018 में ये सॉल्व होने के तादाद पे थे, लेकिन किसने रोक दिया? ममता बनर्जी. बिकॉज वी नो दैट इंटरस्टेट और ऑल दिस वाटर रिवर शेयरिंग्स इज डायरेक्टली कमिंग अंडर द स्टेट सब्जेक्ट्स. ओके, तो यहां पे रुक के. सो टुडे इफ आई सी द एग्रीमेंट्स, वाटर रिसोर्स इंटरिम एग्रीमेंट ऑन कुशियारा रिवर में करके गए हैं. देन जुडिशियरी में क्या किया था? कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग ऑन कोर्ट्स. रेलवे में टू ट्रेन पर्सनल्स ऑफ बांग्लादेश रेलवे. Okay, space technology, science and technology cooperation में, TV broadcasting में, so that they have directly jointly inaugurated various event projects including a power plant, a railway bridge and a several railway line projects. So today, if I directly see about this issue, we know that Bangladesh directly or India directly shares some of the 54 rivers with Bangladesh. Okay, and India and Bangladesh has signed a Gangawata Treaty in 1996. Okay, also Bangladesh directly sought for an early dispute retrieval of this Tista water sharing agreement. तो तीस्ता वाटर शेयरिंग में भी बांग्लादेश ने बोला गया है कि लाइक यू शुड डायरेक्टली गो, आप लोग इसको जल्दी खत्म कीजिए. ओके, सो दैट वी कुड आल्सो डायरेक्टली गेट सम ऑफ द बेनिफिट्स आउट ऑफ इट, और आप लोग को भी बेनिफिट मिलेगा. ओके, but the current agreement which will benefit even the southern parts of the state of Assam in India and also the Sylhet region in Bangladesh. तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हो, यहाँ पे और एक फोटो होगा. दिस इज द कुशियारा रिवर. ओके, तो यहाँ पे इंडिया है. ओके, दिस इज द चिटागोंग एरिया, ये ढाका है. यहाँ पे ये फिर से इंडिया आ गया, ये कोलकाता वेस्ट बंगाल वाला रीजन है. ठीक है, तो वी कैन सी दिस इज द तीस्ता रिवर फोंगी, दैट इज आल्सो अ सब्सिडियरी ऑफ द रिवर रंगीत इन सिक्किम. ओके, तो उनका भी एक ट्रिब्यूटरी है. देन वी कैन सी दिस एरियाज. ओके, जहां से कुशियारा फ्लो होकर आ रहा है. सो दिस कुशियारा इज डायरेक्टली कनेक्टिंग फ्रॉम द अदर एरिया. ओके, सो कुशियारा के जो हम लोग अगर राइट पे चले जाए कुशियारा में, देन यू कैन फाइंड द रिवर विच इज नोन एज द सुरमा रिवर. Okay, then you can find the Badrimala river, which is directly, and we can even find the river which is known as Dhaleshwari in Karimganj district. Okay, so these rivers can directly help also in the areas of the southern regions of Assam and also in the Sylhet region. So Sylhet region कौन सा आता है? ये वाला region. Okay, this is the area of the Sylhet region. तो इन दोनों को यहाँ पे help करेंगे through this Kushiara water dispute. Okay, so it is relatively very much smaller in size in comparison to the Tista that involves West Bengal. Okay, so because this area or this agreement did not require a note from any of the states like Assam, तो ये directly हम लोग accept करते हैं, तो this can be solved. But the main bottleneck over the relations between India and Bangladesh is the Tista. Okay, तो यहाँ पे था. चलिए last पे आते हैं, that is the editorial part. Okay, which says about India has lost its way in the use of international law. Okay. So what is this? See, 75 years of India's independence is an occasion to not just rejoice our accomplishments, but also to introspect on our failures. Today, if I say about the international law होता क्या? It's a set of rules and norms and standards generally recognized as binding between states. Okay, and the sources of international laws includes what? International customs, treaties, general principles of laws, international committee. Okay, and we know that international law differs from state-based legal system, and we could see that they are accepted by the authorities which are very much of universal in nature. So consequently, states may choose not to abide by international law and even to break a treaty. However, such violations, particularly of customary international law, can be met with disapproval by others. Today, if I see about the international law and India, despite international laws being ruler's law and its Eurocentric character, India did not jettison it at the time of its independence. And India's constitution makers saw the value of international law and thus provided for it some of the articles which is known as Article 51 under DPSPs, that is the directive principles of the state policies. Where in Article 51 we directly says about promotion of international peace and security, where the state shall endeavor to promote international peace and security, maintain just and honorable relations between nations, and also to foster respect for international laws and obligations. So today in these areas where we are going in for various number of comprehensive conventions on various number of international pacts, be it international laws related to climate change, be it international laws related to terrorism, be it the International Solar Alliance, okay, be it the NC, be it the non-cooperation treaty. Okay, so in every respective elements, today we could see that in India is very much abided by the respective laws that what is directly commanding through the international elements. Okay, so though today we could see that India's ambitions of punching above its weight in international effort cannot be accomplished without its investing in international law. So therefore, whoever is directly given the role of removing such number of bottlenecks, which loosens or which directly fails or which directly makes the country unstable in nature. Also, India needs to be very much accountable to the international laws and politics that everywhere it is directly a part of. Because India being a soft power, India being a regularized and legalized basis, India should accept every particular law which directly the international law mandates. Because in some point of time, obviously, India should look forward for its respective foreign policy, its respective country first policy. And then only it should subdivide towards the international law. But if at all India is not following international law, that means it will be hampering the country's integrity as well as the country's position in this global space. Okay, तो यहाँ पे वही सब बोला गया है about this. India has lost its way in the use of international law. Okay, चलो last में we can see about 5 number of MCQs. Okay, तो यहाँ पे attempt कर सकते हो, आंसर्स मिल जाएंगे टेलीग्राम चैनल में. Lastly एक मेंस क्वेश्चन. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and जय हिंद.